All right, group, this is our 11.1 practice. We're using the distributive property here. The distributive property involves multiplication, so you take everything that's on the outside of the parentheses and distribute it to the inside of the parentheses by multiplication. So we'll do 8 times x, which is 8x, 8 times 5, which is 40. So that's how we simplify. There's nothing here that we can combine, so we leave it as 8x plus 40. So we'll take 2x times x, which is 2x squared. So here, when you multiply a variable by a same base variable, meaning they both have a base of x, we add their exponents. So these both have an exponent of 1, so we add those together to get 2. 2x squared times negative 4 is negative 8x, and there's nothing that we can combine there because we have no like terms. Letter C, same thing. Negative 5x times 2x is negative 10x squared. Negative 5x times 7 is negative 35x. There's no like terms with the same variable, so we cannot combine anything. Okay, number 2, this is 2 parentheses that we're multiplying together, and this is distribution. Specifically, we call it FOIL. So the F stands for first, so that means that you take the first term times the first term. So the first term in this parentheses times the first term in this parentheses, x times x is x squared. The O means outer, so we take the outer 2 terms, x times negative 15, which is negative 15x. I stands for inner, 1 times x. And then L stands for last, 1 times negative 15 is negative 15. These middle terms, negative 15x and 1x, are like terms, so we can combine those to get negative 14x. And we still keep our minus 15. Okay, so here, first times first is 6x squared. Our outer, 3x times 9, is 27x. Inner is negative 5 times 2x. Last, negative 5 times 9, negative 45. Both of our middle terms have an x with them, so we can combine those. Negative 27 minus 10 is positive 17. And we keep our other 2 items the same. Okay, first times first will be 5x squared. Outer, negative 1x. Inner, negative 20x. And then last, negative 4 times negative 1 is positive 4. Again, we have middle terms that we can combine. So negative 1x minus 20x is negative 21x. We still keep our plus 4. Okay, D, E, and F are very similar. 2x times 3x is 6x squared. 2x times 2 is positive 4x. 3 times 3x is 9x. And 3 times 2 is 6. Here, again, we can combine those middle terms because they both have an x to the first. So that would be a total of 13x. Everything else will stay the same. Okay, x times x here is x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. Negative 10 times x is negative 10x. Negative 10 times negative 2 is positive 20. Again, we can combine our middle terms. That would be a negative 12x. And then everything else will stay the same. Okay, letter F. 4x times 6x is 24x squared. 4x times negative 7, negative 28x. 5 times x, 30x. 5 times negative 7, negative 35. Both of our middle terms have an x with them. So we can combine those. Negative 28 plus 30 leaves us with 2x. And everything else stays the same. Okay, number 3, A and B. 3 is very similar to what we were doing. However, we have an x squared here, and we haven't dealt with that yet. So when we do 3x squared times x, remember we're adding the exponents there. So this is an exponent of 2 and 1, so we add that together. So this would be 3x to the third. 3x squared times 9 would be 27x squared. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. And negative 2 times 9 is negative 18. Now in this case, we have an x3, x2, x, and negative 18. None of those are like terms because they don't have the same variables, so we cannot combine anything. Okay, on this last one, this takes a little bit of just making sure that you have a method. So I would take the first term and multiply it to all 3 of the other terms in the second parenthesis. So x times 2x squared is 2x cubed. X times negative 5x is negative 5x squared. X times 1 is 1x. Okay, and then I would take the 4 and multiply it. So 4 times 2x, oops, 8x squared. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20x. And 4 times 1 is 4. Now we want to look for things that we can combine. So this is the only x cubed, so we'll keep that the same. Our x squareds, we have 2 of them, so we have negative 5x squared and 8x squared, which combines to get 3x squared. We have 1x and negative 20x, which combine to get negative 19x. And then the plus 4 at the end is all by himself. He doesn't have a partner, so he will stay the same.